I don't know. Where is Eastbourne?
between Brighton and Hastings.
Okay. Okay. I know where. Okay. Yep. I know that area there.
It's a nice area. It's a nice area around there.
Are you how is it difficult to find acting work then if you're down there?
Uh, well, at the moment, I'm in the middle of doing a film, but I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Um, I've been filming my bits for 2 years.
Oh,
It,
wow.
yeah, there's still more to do on the film, but
Okay.
I'm looking forward to what happens. It's my very first film role.
Oh, nice. But you can't talk about it.
Um,
Okay. Well, I won't ask then.
It's on my IMDb. I've got the credit on my IMDb.
Okay. Yeah, I looked at your IMDb. So I saw that. Is that 200 Grains of Hell or
That's
typo?
the one.
200 Grains
That's
of
the
Hell?
one.
Okay. All right. Well, do you know when it'll be out?
I don't yet,
No.
but you can have a look at who's in it as well.
Okay.
There may be a few actors that you might recognize.
Recognizable names on there. Okay, I'll check it out. Well, for most acting stuff, do you come up to London then, or are you able to? Is how long is the train ride from there to London?
It's about an hour and a half, and I've done a lot of things since I've been on Star now, on up in London.
Yeah, I saw that. So you've only been on Star Now for like not that long, right? When did you join Star Now?
I joined in 2016. Well, I joined in 2013, but I was doing a few when I got made redundant in 2013.
Hmm.
I did something exciting. I did a 26-day backpacking trip abroad on my own.
Where'd you go?
Um, I've
Oh,
done a
wow.
scrapbook.
Okay,
Uh,
I can see that. Yep. It was really blurry. I couldn't see it. So you got Helsinki, Stockholm, Copenhagen. So a lot of Nordic countries. It looks like.
yeah, I did it from 2nd of February to the 28th of February when I came home.
Okay.
And I went to 9 countries and 11 places in 26 days.
Wow. Nice trip.
I flew to Helsinki, flew to Oslo, flew to Stockholm. Then from Stockholm, I did the trains and
Okay.
came home on the train. So from Stockholm, I did Copenhagen, Hamburg, Berlin, Munich, Zurich, Luxembourg, Brussels, and Amsterdam. And I had never been to any of them places. And the other thing, I did it in February 2013. So I got to experience being on the train, on the tracks, in the snow, where here, snow, oh my God, we have to stop all the transport. But that was an experience.
Yeah.
And I had the money, so I did it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love trips like that. And you're right. It's so funny here that you get a little bit of snow and everybody like everything stops, just nothing. And then places like that, they measure snow in feet and it's still nothing. They just go right through it like it's nothing. It's amazing.
Even though I've not been able to go to jobs,
Hmm.
I have done.
Scrapbook for Star Now, completed application work part one. Oh my God. What's, sorry, can I see
Ah,
some of the inside of that?
yeah, this is this year's.
Okay.
The job list is on my
On your Star Now. I saw your Star Now. So I got to ask though, because so how are you finding so much work? Because I looked at your profile and you've got a ton of stuff that you've done. Like it's
well, I there's if you have you had a look at some of the videos?
yeah, yeah.
There's there's fought there's the video that I did for MSL,
Mm-hmm.
the creative one, which was a Zoom, which was done. It was my friend that was Rosanna,
Okay.
and she was talking about. Oh, actually, I've got it in here. I think it's in my second one. I think. Here we are.
Okay. Salon, Memiso presents Salon. Okay, what was that?
In the photograph.
Yep.
Basically,
That's your friend. She looks like Janice Joplin. Has anybody
um,
ever told her that? Like that picture.
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. Well, just the way you were shining it really quick. I mean, she
Oh,
might not it normally, but yeah, that picture on the left there. She totally reminds me of Janice Joplin. I love Janice Joplin. I'm such a fan of her music.
I don't think I've heard of her.
Oh, she was an old back in the '60s. She was an American singer back in the '60s, and total like the hippie generation type musician.
That's before my time.
Well, it's before my time too, but love, yeah.
I wasn't born till 72.
Okay, yeah, no, same with me. A little before my time as well.
Yeah, so I met up with her the year before,
Mm-hmm.
and because she wanted to write about something that somebody had done to make themselves happy and feel great.
Yeah.
And from 2015 till the beginning of 2020, before we had the lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
I had an alter ego. And there are some of the pictures, the colourful pictures in my photos. That's my Technicolor Dream Boy. I did him for a few years. I decided I'm not doing him anymore because the public are nasty, jealous, and I did it to cheer them up. But you can't please anyone, just to make the world a bit better.
What? So sorry, I got to interrupt. How are the people nasty? Because like, I mean, I could see people being nasty, 20 years ago, but now people are very,
Still,
seem very open to me, like to different lifestyles.
there, there's still a lot of people out there that don't like people that look different. And it's everywhere, really. London, it happens in London, Brighton. So I decided, why should I spend 45 or an hour to get ready with the paint and sorting out the outfit and getting ready
Yeah.
just to go out and, try and cheer people up? I haven't got the energy to do that anymore. So now I'm focusing on style now. So yeah, so this salon one was about 8 1-hour weekly shows on Zoom. And the first one, which I was privileged to be in, but I got paid to be in a guest. So I got £25 just to be a guest.
Nice.
It was called Ordinary, Extraordinary Revisited.
Okay.
So the first thing she did with me last year, I told everything of how Technicolor Dream Boy came around. But what I told her, from my words, she wrote a poem about Technicolor Dream Boy.
Oh, lovely.
So I had to read that out on this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was fun. She was showing photos on there. And I think I've shared that. That video is on the videos.
Okay.
It's an hour long.
Oh, okay. I'll watch it later then.
I'm the second guest. She's got another guest before me. But yeah, it was interesting to do, and I was pleased that she wanted me involved.
Okay. So explain, so where did Technicolor Dream Boy come from? Like where did that character come from?
Well, 2010, I decided to try out, just having a laugh, dressing up on Saturday nights in Brighton, staying with friends, and I had a near-death experience at the end of 2014, and it ended up with me with HIV, and I had to deal with that and most of 2015, and June or July, I can't remember which month, I decided to go over to Brighton, dressed up bright yellow and with an afro wig, painted yellow arms, face, and I decided to do a day out in Brighton just to cheer myself up. And I met somebody in Legends Bar. I don't know if you've ever been down to Brighton.
I have been to Brighton, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's anybody can go in that bar. It's a gay bar, but everybody loves it because there's a nightclub downstairs.
Yeah, it's the
But
one. It's kind of right on the water. It's opposite of the water, right? Is that?
yeah, it's a little bit further up because you've got the there's the A bar at the bottom. There's another bar. But yeah, I went in there. I did about 2 hours going around Brighton, you know, cheering and that felt good for me. And I went in the Legends. I think it must have been after 5 o'clock in the evening, and I got a tap on my shoulder, and just get the magazine.
Okay.
And I'd never met her before, but she says, "Oh, I love your look. It's new and different. I had not seen before." And she wanted to get back in contact with me, so I gave her one of my business cards. And February, she asked for that photograph because it went in the latest 7 magazine. And I know you can't see the yellow on my face and that,
Yeah,
but
it's hard to tell, but I can tell that you got the big wig on and the yellow outfit. Yeah.
And yeah, and I've been friends with her ever since, and I've just done so many things. I used to I was a warehouse person for 20 years of my life. And when I moved down to Eastbourne, I got a job straight away in a warehouse in Jones's, the bootmakers. Now, 4 years after I started working there, they made us all redundant. And it's been a struggle. I'd done some temping work and a cleaning job, which I didn't really like. And I had to leave it because they wanted me to work for free. And I'm thinking, why do I want to do that? So I kept looking for work, and then 2016 I decided to rejoin Star Now and give it another go. And then 2017 I did the music video with the rapper Big Tobbs, and it was called Come Again. The video is at the bottom on my videos. It's a rapping one, but I'm in that video 5 times, but that wasn't paid work. That was just, I got my travel paid back.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of that at the moment. I'm applying to a lot of paid work, but I'm not getting it. It seems to be all the free work I'm getting. But this year I've done loads of jobs, but all from home. I never knew I could do that. I tried some of these. There's not a lot of information, but it was more for COVID-19 campaigns. So I did a lot of them. Participants for a music video where I had to, that's one of them.
Okay.
I wrote, I'm a bit of a writer as well, so I wrote.
I'm not a missing link. Okay, is that a poem?
I can read it to you.
Okay.
I feel I'm different in certain ways, the way I act, the way I dress, and the way I look. People think I'm very weird. People look at me to say I don't belong anywhere in this world. People think that I think too many strange thoughts, that there shouldn't be 2 of me, and think I'm mad or I have 2 brains. People think I'm a missing link and should be isolated on an island from mankind. Why can't people be understanding and understand that all I want to do is make the world a much better and happy place? I don't think of myself as a missing link. I think of myself as me and Technicolor Dream Boy, a person who brings joy and smiles and also laughter too. It does hurt my feelings when people give me dirty looks of what I am about or what I'm trying to do. I shouldn't always have to justify myself to no one, keeping my head held up high with pride to make a statement, to say I am the better person. I will carry on doing what I do best to cheer up lives by making people smile every time my alter ego is out and about. I'm not a missing link at all. I'm part of the human race, organizing my next journey in my colorful creative life to make new adventures to meet and make new friends, to be proud of what I have done. So to people who don't like what they see, my words are, I live how I live, I do what I want to do, be who I want to be, and I'm definitely not a missing link. And this photograph was from a photo shoot.
Nice. I love it. That was really nice. That's a lovely poem.
I wrote that beginning of last year, but I'm giving him a rest. I may start doing him again, but I just get fed up of people out there. So the more thing I'm doing now is concentrating on Star now. And it's just amazing. I have got, I did a project June to the beginning of July. It was through Zoom. Young creatives wanted for virtual program Rise Up Returns. And basically, it was Rise Up Returns is a program for individuals who would like to get involved in the virtual workshops and activities using the platform of Zoom and Instagram. It will include cross-acts activities such as creative writing, spoken word, movement, drawing. So we got to do a few things. So we had to do a little letter to a friend, and we had to highlight certain words or lines that we wanted to put in. So I highlighted Doctor Who nights, walks, scrapbooks, and Facebook. And we had an exercise, and I made a little mini out of foil, a little mini scrapbook. I put some pictures in. So yeah, so there was a few other things that we did in that. And how do we choose what we stand for? Always follow your heart, be true to yourself, believe in what is most important to you. It was interesting. So I enjoyed doing that. But there's just so many other things that I've done. Oh, that's my film director.
Okay, for the film that you're working on?
Yeah. He sent, I asked him to write something for me. This is what he's wrote. Finding treasure at the end of the rainbow. Technicolor Dream Boy certainly caught my eye. I came across him at the beginning of 2018 after he had reached out online for artistic people potentially with whom to collaborate with. From seeing a small selection of pictures he had uploaded, a sudden creative spark was ignited inside my head, and I thought, could this be the unique person I had been looking for? I was casting characters for an independent feature film, which is set in a bizarre fictional world with larger-than-life characters. We were going to be filming in Eastern Europe, Asia, and a vast chunk of it in the UK, and I was after local Sussex talent that would be keen to be involved in a crazy low-budget thriller. Coming on board one of my movies is not for the faint-hearted. Often there's a fine line between all out, over-the-top fiction and real-life documentary style shooting combined into one dynamic creation. Robbie has a fantastic characterful face, and with his Technicolor Dream Boy alter ego and his obvious passion for creativity and life, I thought maybe he was the magical presence I had been looking for. We discussed things over a coffee, then spent an entire day testing different costumes and looks for the strange, wild character we were creating, and I was right. I had found the perfect fit. His character went from being a supporting role to a leading role after the first day of filming, and he was extremely popular among the rest of the cast. Now, I haven't met all of the cast, just some of them. I cannot wait for people to see what we have created when the film is finally completed. It wouldn't be the same without this talent, passionate, brave, and risk-taking individual.
That's very nice to write.
I think 2018, there was this film company in Brighton, and I just sent them a message seeing if they wanted any extras. And then out of the blue, I had a message from Laz, and that's how it started. So I've known him 2 years, and I've done 70% of the film, and I've still got scenes to do yet. We've done 2 scenes already, one in July and one in August, and I've still got a huge big scene to do yet.
What else are you working on besides that film?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay.
But this is all my applications that I've done for October so far.
Oh, wow. So you are applying for quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, the job center. I get my money from the job center. I log everything on there, and the jobs that I do, and the guy that I don't get to see him now, but I have a phone call now and then. He goes, "Oh, I'm amazed. I'm amazed on what you're logging on there and what you've done and what you completed." I've been applying actor required for main role in a student film in London. Half of these don't reply back.
Yeah, that's
Look,
common.
yeah, yeah. Most of these. There's a horror film I've applied for Portsmouth, but that's been and gone. So I didn't get a reply from it. Yeah. So I keep applying.
So is there anything that you would not do? Like if you see something on there, like what would you not be interested in doing?
I only go for stuff that I think that I'm confident at doing.
Okay.
There's I can't. There's a lot of jobs that I can't do. I know I do all recording and filming at home when I'm doing videos, but I'm not used to doing that. I'm having to do it on my laptop. I'm not a film.
Okay.
I'm not a cameraman. I couldn't even do them jobs. I've never done anything like that.
So you don't have a camera at home that you film with. You're doing everything through your laptop screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So all of those videos that are on there, most of them, majority of them, I've done myself.
Okay. Wow.
To go with some of the job specs.
Okay. Explain that you have all those scrapbooks. Like why? Like why do you scrapbook? Why? What's the joy that you get out of that?
It's documenting my life, so when I'm older, I can look back on what I've done.
Okay.
I've got loads of scrapbooks, all dated from 2010.
Yeah, it's interesting because you don't really see that anymore. So everybody now just seems to take a picture and post it on Instagram or Facebook, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but anything that I do that's important, like the amazing one-off trip that I did abroad.
Yeah.
And it's all the work. I'm scrapping all the work. So when I go back to the jobs, when I can go into the job center for my usual meeting, I take the scrapbooks because it all coincides with the job center pages.
So applying for acting work, does that counts as your job center applications?
Well, I told them what route I wanted to go down, and I'd already done stuff, and of course most of the work is unpaid. So I have done a couple of paid jobs. Last year in the summer, for 5 days, I was a banana at the tennis in Eastbourne.
Okay.
That was paid work. And bearing in mind, at that time, I think it was June or July, and at that time the weather was hot, and I had this banana thing on. It was good money, but it was tiring.
Yeah.
But I did it. That was paid work. I didn't have to declare it because I think there's a threshold that you have to get to before. I've done other paid jobs, but they were less money, and I don't even have to declare the expenses paid. either, because it's only train fare money getting back. But I jot it all down on the job center so that they know.
That you are doing stuff. Yeah, that's nice. That's good that they allow that though, because I would be concerned that sometimes I actually did a short film. I directed a short film, and that was the joke of the short film was about artists applying for, it was in Ireland, so on the same thing, and so they're applying for public assistance, and then they go in to meet. This was the kind of plot of the film, and then they
Yeah.
go in to meet the guy that's working behind the counter, and he's like, no, this doesn't count as a real job. An actor, that's not a real job. And an artist, that's not a real job. And so it's nice to hear that they actually count that
Well,
as work.
on the job center, I can send my whatever I never know what to call him. My caseworker. I sent him 2 links to something. I can't remember what it was now. And he had a look at them, and he's seen my IMDb as well, so he knows that I'm getting the credits from this year are already started to go on my IMDb. But yeah, I haven't got many credits on there, just a few, because there's one from 2017, which was oh god, I forgot what it was called now. I was an American farmer and a skeptic naval officer, but it was non-speaking, but there was a green screen, and I think 2 of the pictures are on my IMDb, 2 stills. So yes, so it may look a lot, but it's not a lot really on Star Now that I've done. It's just little bits, but I jot it all down. But yeah, I've just tried to keep myself as busy as possible, and I'll be glad when the world's back to normal.
So but it's great that you're like still keeping busy through Star Now though. Like I apply for stuff on there sometimes for acting stuff, and it seems a bit harder nowadays to find acting work. And I'm sure because so many things are closed down. So it's great that you're still getting stuff. That's fantastic.
Well, my film director works for ITV.
Mm-hmm.
That's Warwick. He has got his own page on IMDb as well. But yeah, he's finding it hard work as well. But everyone that's in his starring in this film, even he's not, all of the money that he gets, he's putting in all the special effects. This film is going to look amazing when it's done because of the special effects. And the scene, it's going to be amazing.
That's great.
I just can't wait for this to come. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen with it. But he reckons it might be a good starting point for me. I just wish I'd have done all this acting stuff when I was younger, but I never thought about it then.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like I waited too long for a lot of it. So you never really thought about being an actor and doing any acting stuff until you got made redundant from your job
Well, I didn't. There was nothing out there. All I've ever known was warehousing work, packing, and I'd never known anything else. And I didn't want to do that because as I'm getting older now, my back is not as strong as it used to be, and I know that I'm getting older because you get all these aches and pains. But yeah, I just decided to go on Star Now and just apply and see what comes along. But yeah, all I say, there was one girl that sent me a message. How did you get all this work? And I'm like, well, I've been on Star Now for quite a while, quite a long time. And where did you get all those recommendations from? Because there's about 600 and something recommendations on mine. And some of them are from the jobs that I've done. And then it's other people because of the colourfulness that I've put on there. But I did have a lot more photos. I've cut them down now. There was too many on there. I had about 2,800 photos on there.
Oh, wow.
But I got rid of quite a lot, and I decided just to put which ones I wanted on there now. But yeah, But I just told her, just keep applying and applying and applying, and something will come along. And then she messaged me a couple of weeks ago, oh, I got my first job. So I was like, that's brilliant. So she thanked me for giving her some encouragement.
That's nice. Yeah. So is that the advice you'd give to people that are in this kind of same scenario? Just keep applying because
Just keep applying. That's how I got so much work. I just kept applying, and then I know some of them are unpaid, and you have to fork out. But at the end of the day, the IMDb credits I've just got for this year's, they were all unpaid, but that was stuff that I did from home. But it's nice to have it on there. There's a music video I've got to get a copy of yet. There's a picture on the first row of the photographs. There's me with red claws. That was my demon for a music video, which isn't out yet, but I have got it in my credits. I can't remember. It was for an Italian singer, and he was over here. And my director, Laz, oh, can I have you in it as a demon? So I latexed my arms, hands, and face and neck, and I sprayed red paint to make it look like I was a red demon. And then I had the cloak. And those fingers are clip-on fingers.
okay.
So that photo, I kind of made it a bit darker so that you could see. I had a kind of a hideous look, stare under that cloak. Did you see it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah.
I'm hoping to get some more photos from that because that one was done at home. I did that one at home before I headed off, but that was quite fun. It was easy to get off, but I can do my own. I can do my own makeup. I've done a few. Oh, there's another photograph further down with me with a bald cap over my hair,
Bald cap.
and I'm dressed like it's kind of an alien. I'm silver with silver paint with red and green eyes, and I've got a rainbow cape across me. I think it's further down.
On your on your Star Now?
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, here it is. Yep, I see it.
that was done at Creative Media Skills at Pinewood Studios.
Oh, really? How was what was Pinewood Studios like? I've never been there.
It's a huge place.
Yeah.
But they've got a little section. I've been to Creative Media Skills a few times. I've had free haircuts. I've had a zombie bite on my arm and neck. And I've done 2 bald caps. It's amazing how they put the cap over your hair and blend it in. And then I just decided, because I'm going to have an alien transformation, and it was my idea. I took my paint and everything and the outfit.
Ah.
But,
what is Creative Media Skills? Is it a studio? Is it a photography studio? What did they?
no, it's basically for people. They want models for the people that are training on how to do hair cutting, doing scars. It's oh god.
How many scrapbooks do you have?
I've got loads. At the moment, I've been doing something to brighten up Facebook, and I've been doing.
Oh, those are nice. You
coloring in.
You did the okay. You colored those. Okay, yeah, those are nice. Yeah, lovely.
So I've got. This is part 6.
Oh, geez.
Oh, here's a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
St. Paul's Cathedral, but I've done it in a different colouring style. So I've been doing these for the past April till I'm still doing them. Okay. I've still got loads to do to just brighten up Facebook. But that's 6 scrapbooks for them, 3 scrapbooks for the Star Now stuff, I've got scrapbooks for Hastings, London, Eastbourne, and Brighton. There's stacks. There's loads.
You're not worried you're going to run out of room, out of space for them?
Do you know, it's fun to do. It shows off my work that I've done. Plus, I think I did. I wrote an article in 2018 for the first Autistic Pride in Brighton. The news, our local community paper wanted it. So, and from then I did another 10 articles for them to promote Technicolor and Trust in Brighton and Lunch Positive. I did another one for women who are HIV who do catwalking. We had a cafe for people who are with autism and learning difficulties. It's not around anymore, but I did 3 articles for them. The first article, I had over 8,000 people viewed through the article online on the Eastbourne Voice newspaper page. And I was like, oh my God, I was gobsmacked. And a lot of people, but not a lot of people were going to it.
Sorry, what's the cafe is so that people with autism can go to a cafe and feel comfortable? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a lovely little cafe, but not a lot of people were going to it. And I tried to promote it, and I thought the community paper would be the best place. But the first article, a lot of people viewed it, and I did 3 articles, but it's not there anymore. They decided, because not many people were going, they decided to. So end of February this year, they closed it.
Oh, okay.
It was their 1-year anniversary. But no, I've written those and a few other articles, and they've gone in the paper. I haven't done any other articles because I've got nothing to write about. But I'm concentrating now with the Star now to see what other work I get. But I just have to see.
I want to ask, because you mentioned Terrence Higgins Trust there just a second ago.
Yeah.
And I know you do volunteer work for them as well, correct?
Well, I didn't do volunteering work.
Oh, okay.
I did the Work Positive program.
Which is what?
Oh God, I've got it written down somewhere. It's in one of. It was basically gives me more encouragement on getting work and knowing what I can do and what I can't do, and just gets me more experience about things. But Terrence Higgins Trust have been a good organisation. They help a lot of people in the gay community. It's all run by volunteers.
Okay.
Same with, while I was doing the Work Positive program, I decided to have my work placement at Lunch Positive, which is in Brighton, and it's once a week, and it's basically a drop-in place for everyone that's HIV can come and have a 3-course meal, and to make new friends and be comfortable in the surroundings. And it's nice. The meals are done from scratch, no pre-packed meals. It's all freshly cooked. But yeah, so I did my little stint. I can't go over there now because it's too far, and I'm not traveling much at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done my few bits with that side. But yeah, I also did spoken word nights as well.
Where at?
There was one in Brighton, but they're doing it via Zoom now. I've done 2, but I didn't want to do the one recently. I just didn't have any. I can't focus at the moment on writing anything at the moment.
Do you think it's because you're at home so much? Because I'm having the same problem since I'm spending so much time at home. I'm finding it really difficult to be creative and write stuff. Is that your experience, or are you just not in that mindset, or what?
It is. I just haven't. I just can't think. My
Oh,
brain is like, oh, I'm more tired because I'm at home all the time. I'm tired. I don't have my exercises as I usually do. But yeah, I just oh, I've been experimenting and
photography. Nice.
just I thought I'd
Okay, that's that. Yeah, I saw you. You have a picture of that on your profile, I think, don't you?
yeah,
Yep. Okay.
and you might have seen that one.
Yep, I recognize that. Yep, that
And
one.
that is actually me in midair. And it looks like the wave is touching my foot.
Oh yeah, I can see what you mean. Yep, and I
Um,
recognize that view. I've been on that beach in Brighton on my.
that's the West Pier.
Yep.
And then you might recognize that one.
Yep. Yeah, that one's nice.
Um, I've got this one was an unusual one that I actually this is actually my photograph that I took.
That's nice. Nice.
That wasn't the moon, that was actually the sun.
Sun setting, it looks like, or is that right? Or is it
Yeah,
sun behind the cloud?
yeah. But I just made it a bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
So actually when you look at it, you think, oh, that's a very bright moon. So it could be sun or moon. But that was definitely the sun. But I did take some pictures of. So that's the pier in Eastbourne,
Yep, I've been there.
and I don't know if you've been up in the Downs, but when you go to the cliffs, you can look down and you can see the lighthouse.
Oh, nice. No, I didn't go there when I was in Brighton.
Now this one's my favourite, and this was a professional photo done.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell. Like, has a nice look to it. Yeah.
And I converted it as well into black and white because the black and white one is on my IMDb.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice. Where was that taken? Was that in the?
that was a photo shoot at one of the photography places, but it was a free photo shoot.
Okay.
And this one you might not be able to tell, but you might.
I can see that. That's. Is that a mask or is it?
That's a mask I'm wearing,
Okay.
and I'm all in black.
Yeah.
And that is an exit out of a tunnel, but I made it look different.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's very artsy looking.
Yeah, so I've had a few quite good professional photos done.
Yeah, it looks like it. Some nice photo shoots. That's fun. So, well, yeah, that's great. Well, it's great to see, like, I mean, that you're keeping so busy and that you've got so many different things creative wise that you're doing, the photo shoots and the writing and the acting and stuff. That's fantastic.
And then whenever anybody on Star now message me, because they're always surprised when they look on my profile and they see what I've done. And I have to I've been on since 2016. It's only because I've been pushing myself, and they all go, God, I wish we could just get jobs just like that. And I'm like, well, it is a tough world out there. Not all of these will contact me.
No.
Oh, they're dreaded after a while.
Mm.
But there's piles of work or jobs that I've applied in the next room. I've laid them all out, and I don't know how many jobs I've applied since 2016, but it's great that I've done so many things.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to chat with you because, yeah, you've only been on there for, 4 years and you have a massive list of credits, but it sounds like the answer is really just put yourself out there as much as you can and apply for as much as you can. Because, I
And
mean,
just
either they're going to say yes or they're not going to reply. So,
the only thing is pick what is in your comfort zone. I try to do that. I try and think, well, the modeling ones I can do, and some of the acting ones I can do, the extra ones I can do. See, I'm not very confident in speaking roles, but my main character in the film, I don't have to speak it's all the action things that I'm doing in the film that's making the magic. But yeah, I'm not overly confident about doing a speaking role because I don't know if I could cope with learning lines and trying to remember them.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do stuff that I can do that where I don't have to talk. But the other thing I did, there was another job that I did a while ago. I was a sumo wrestler. It was a blown up thing. It was for Strongbow, but that was a few years ago. That was in Portsmouth, but I got paid for that. But that was funny. There was one point where I deflated in front of the stage, and someone took a photo of somebody sticking the thing at my side, and they did it in an awkward position, and it looked a bit wrong, the photograph. but it was embarrassing because the people were like watching what was going on. But they got it all blown up. But it was funny. It was funny. I like doing unusual things. Anything that comes along like that, I like to do because not many people want to do that, and I'll do it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but all I can say is just look on Star. I go on Star now every day, and I may apply to 2 jobs, I may apply to 5 jobs. Apply to as many as you can, and just push yourself out there.
Perfect.
That's all. But I have a lot of, if you've noticed, I've got a lot of followers on there from Australia, New Zealand, America, quite all over the place.
Oh yeah. 1,655 followers. Wow.
And profile views, I think I've got 16K profile views.
That's great. Okay, well, it's been chatting for a while, so we probably should wrap it up. Do you have an Instagram and Facebook that you want to mention for anybody following? I'll put a link in the notes, but if you want to mention it, if anybody wants to follow you on Instagram or Facebook.
I'm not very good at speaking them.
It's fine. I have it here actually. So your Instagram, it looks like it's Robbie Stedman 49.
Yeah.
And your Facebook is Robbie Stedman, it looks like. So I'll put the links into the notes of the show, so that way if anybody wants to follow you on Instagram, they can.
Oh, that's brilliant. And the thing that I would like to promote is Terence Higgins Trust. Yeah, it's interesting because they're helpful. They were there for me.
That's good.
Yeah, and I've I did the newspaper article for them, which went in our local paper, and they were pleased with that.
Nice.
So yeah, I did my bit to promote them. And people in Eastbourne, I had people coming up. I've never heard of Terence Higgins Trust, and thanked me for educating them on what undetectable means, and and I was like, because my picture with Alice was in that article in the paper, people recognized me straight away in town, and it was just nice having a few people coming up and thanking me for educating them. Because there isn't one in Eastbourne.
Okay.
They closed it, and then there's just the one in Brighton, but not a lot of people know about it.
Okay. Yeah, it's great that service is there for people and stuff. And you don't hear about HIV as much anymore. I mean, I know a few years ago, a lot of people talked about it, but now I think...
I've been undetectable now since 2016 because I take 3 pills a day.
Okay, that's great.
So I feel healthy. I don't feel like there's something going around me.
Yeah.
I get tired. That's because I'm getting older, but I feel hurt. But there's people out there that,
Do people still die from it? in like here in the UK or the, I mean, because it used to be a kind of a death sentence, and now you
Oh, now the expect you can live till you die now
okay.
because of the pill. There's some people that are on a combined one, which is 3 in 1, but the others they take one of one and two of another, which I am. I'm on, so I have to take 3 pills. But yeah, I don't think it's a death sentence anymore.
Yeah, so it's nice. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go, Robbie. It was wonderful talking to you.
Well,
And
it's great to talk to you.